Okay, so you got the girl of your dreams. It's been a long time coming. You read all the signs, and she's perfect for you. Just like anyone else, we all have our flaws. But for her, you're willing to accept those flaws. And she is willing to do the same for you. I don't want to jump the gun here, but you think she might be the one. Now let me give you some advice right off the rip. Relationships aren't perfect. It's almost 100% guaranteed at some point in time, something is going to go wrong. And unfortunately, it's going to be so bad that it's truly gonna make you ask yourself the question, do I really even love this person? I'm not sure if I want to do this anymore. I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's no way around it. At some point in time, you're gonna feel this way in your relationship. And I'm genuinely hoping for you, my dog, that things work out. But I gotta be honest with you. Too many of these trials and tribulations, it will lead to the demise of your relationship. Today I'm going to give you guys 4 things that's pretty much going to guarantee the end of your relationship. I want to talk about what those things are, and I'm going to tell you how to prevent them. And number 1 on this list is, as a man, you're not able to take the back seat.
Shotgun! Oh, but you had it on the way here.
Look, I'll admit, even I struggle with this one. Not being able to take the back seat means under no circumstance you're not able to compromise. You're not willing to admit that you're wrong. You're not willing to do things for your partner that they may like to do, but you don't.
Ew! Get out of here, man!
The best way to explain it in most scenarios, it's your way or the highway. Now understand something. I do think as a man, it is very important to show your dominance. It's important for you to be a leader in your relationship. It's important for you to show your intelligence. You want to feel like you know what you're doing, and if you don't know what you're doing, you want your partner to feel like you're going to be able to figure it out. Sometimes you're just going to have to suck it up and admit that you're wrong. Sometimes you're just going to have to go on that date to the zoo, even though you hate animals. But your girl doesn't.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back!
These are just the things you're gonna have to do to keep a relationship, because it just shows that you actually care. It lets your partner know that you actually give a fuck about their feelings and not just your own. I know, man, but listen, as hard-headed and as stubborn as some of us against are, you gotta be emotionally intelligent enough to understand that this is probably important for your relationship. If you can't be vulnerable enough to show your girl that she has some say inside this relationship, it's not gonna work at some point, my G.
You're looking at me?
Eventually, she's going to leave your dumbass. At least that's what a good woman's gonna do. And I'd imagine that's what you want, right? Now, the second thing on this list that you're definitely not gonna wanna do as a man in a relationship with your woman, you don't wanna be too clingy, bro. I get it. You're dating a bad bitch. She's a high value woman and you really like her.
Hi.
Can I kiss you?
You want to be around her every day. You don't want anything bad to happen to her. You don't want to willingly put your girl in a position for somebody else to steal her. But here's the thing. If you aren't secure enough to let your girl go out into the world and do her own thing and have her own personal time and personal space, you're putting your entire relationship at risk. And if we're being honest, if you still in that early stage of your relationship, seeing your girl every single day, with her every single moment of the day, eventually she might get bored of your ass.
No, don't do that. 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 You ain't gotta do that.
And yes, at some point, you guys might even be living together and, you know, seeing each other every day is gonna be pretty normal. But assuming that you're not at that stage in the relationship yet, I think giving each other some time to actually miss each other, that can be very healthy for a relationship. It can keep things exciting, giving y'all something to actually look forward to when you see each other. I'm telling y'all from experience, bro. Losing that spark too early because you guys just gotta live in each other's skin 24 hours a day, all of a sudden, that shit not gonna feel the same no more.
Why you playing?
Why you being weird?
You saying I wouldn't click on it, but you clicked on it.
Why you being weird? Because you keep playing. You keep playing.
Y'all have heard me say this before, but balance is important. And another thing about being too clingy is that it can set you up for insecurity. Because at the end of the day, you gotta be able to trust your girl. Me personally, I don't even mind if other niggas try and get at my girl. Yeah, my bitch bad as fuck. What else they supposed to do? I got the baddest shit in the room. The way I look at it is all them boys are lined up trying to get a slice of the pie, but all they can do is look from the outside. Me personally, that shit make me feel good. If you don't trust your girl enough to just stay loyal to you, honestly, at this point, I'd probably argue that it's your fault. Why are you out here wifing somebody that you don't trust in the first place? So if that's not the case, just fucking relax, dude.
What?
No, dude! There's nothing wrong with your girl going out in the world, living her life, hanging out with her friends. You can't keep her on a leash, bruh. And if you do, that's fucking weird.
What do you say fuck me for?
But I will say this much. If your girl start asking to go sleep over other niggas' houses and shit, her guy best friend, yeah, you cooked, bro. Run for the hills and cut that hoe off. Okay, so this next one on this list is huge, bro. Honestly, a game changer. And in a lot of ways, it kind of could fall under the number one, but it's so like important, I felt like it had to stand on its own. But if you want to keep your woman, you gotta learn how to say, I'm sorry. I know, bruh. There's something about saying I'm sorry that is just... Sometimes as a man, it can kind of be repulsive.
Step back, I think I'm gonna vomit!
Because no matter what happens in any way, shape, or form, when you apologize, you're pretty much just submitting to the fact that, yeah, I fucked up. You're letting everyone in the world know you were wrong. You're the problem, not them. It's all your fault. At least that's what it feels like. I'm not gonna lie. I hate saying I'm sorry. But here's the thing. That's why it's so powerful. I'm a very confident guy. I like to think in most cases when I say some shit, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I try my absolute best to keep it real and always stand on business. So if I'm being honest, typically when I'm in a relationship, I don't find myself apologizing a lot. But because of this is where you have to truly be able to analyze certain situations and learn to put your pride to the side. Because there has been so many scenarios in different relationships where I might have said something to my partner where she clearly got upset because of it, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, well, it is what it is. I understand you're upset, but I'm saying what is correct. Fast forward hours later, maybe even a day later. In her mind, the sky is falling. Everything's messed up. Her day's messed up. Her mood's messed up because of what I said. And for me, I'm not even losing sleep over it. The argument ended and I left it there. I'm still moving forward with my life, but she's still stuck on what I said. And this is where, as a man, you have to ask yourself, how important was the subject matter of what we were talking about? Because a lot of times it's not that important. You probably ended up arguing over something that was so insignificant, but because of how you said something, it ticked them off and just kind of blew their whole world up. And I feel like as a man, you have to realize that women tend to be more emotional than men. So you might have said something in a factual nature, but they received it emotionally. And because of that, they can't get over it. Basically, what I'm trying to allude to here is, if it's not that deep for you, especially if it's not something that's very important, it's just some superficial bullshit, where's the harm in just kind of saying I'm sorry? Just let her have it. Just think about it, bro. She's up till 5 o'clock at night stressing, bro. Stressing, clinging on to the last word you said, repeating in her head over and over and over again because it's just making her so upset. Meanwhile, you're losing no sleep over this. If you're losing no sleep over this and it's not that big of a deal, sometimes the better thing to do to just make things work is just apologize and mean it. And mean it from a place that, hey, even though I might believe what I said was correct, but I didn't mean to make you upset. I don't want you to be upset. Let's figure it out. I'm sorry. Apologize. Fix the situation. And sometimes that apology goes a long way emotionally. Because if you don't deal with it, now you got to deal with her attitude. Now she's talking back to you all crazy. She's over here saying slick shit, and now that's starting to piss you off genuinely. And then before you know it, you guys are arguing again over nothing.
Pornography. Oh, don't do that, Care. Don't you do that. Don't make this my fault.
It is your fault.
You're
I just want to come home and have dinner.
Hey, have my
This just becomes a cycle of perpetual bullshit, of arguing over absolutely nothing. And all it could have took to fix it is you just being a man, putting your big boy pants on, and just saying I'm sorry.
It was a mistake. It was a generally mistake.
Sometimes it's just that easy. It be the little things, bruh. And I'm being transparent here, man. Like, this is something that I genuinely struggle with too. I don't like apologizing. I don't want to say I'm sorry. I'm prideful too, but hey, what's the pride worth if the person you want to be with ends up hating you because you can never just take her side. The reality is, I know life isn't perfect and there's some scenarios where this just won't be the case, but if you can do something about it, try not to let your woman go to bed upset, especially if it's over something that's completely insignificant. Just having that emotional awareness will go a long way, I promise you, bro. Now, number 4 on this list is last but definitely not least, but it's having good communication.
I ain't playing. I want you, and I'm gonna have you. We'll talk soon.
I hate to sound basic as shit, but some of y'all just don't get this. This isn't the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bruh. None of us have superpowers. We cannot read minds. They cannot read minds. Nobody can do that. So we have to be able to communicate to keep a relationship going. Be crystal clear and say exactly what you mean, even if it means risking having uncomfortable conversations with the person you care about.
Yep. You asked for it, bitch.
Because we're all human, but I promise you, I would say 90% of the problems that be happening, they all start in our heads and it be over nothing. Niggas just be making dumbass scenarios up in their head, assuming how the other person is feeling or acting. Why didn't you call me today? Are you talking to somebody else? I just want you to be honest with me because I really like you. Like, I know we just met on Friday, but for the last couple of days, you usually text me back so much faster and talk to me more often. Is something wrong? I just really want to know because I don't want to mess this up. Today is Monday and I had to work today. That's it. I don't work on the weekends, and that's why I'm able to talk to you more. Oh. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Boom. In a lot of scenarios, just telling people the truth can stop a lot of the overthinking. Now, obviously, there's liars out there, slimy, grimy thoughts that we can't trust their communication. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you wifed up somebody that you believe you can trust. If you don't feel like you could trust the person that you wifed up, well, I don't feel bad for you. You saw the signs, you just chose to ignore them. It's okay, I'm not judging you. Been there, done that, brother. If you've been subscribed to this channel, you definitely have seen some videos that have shown that I have been very prone to ignoring the signs and just seeing shit through and then taking the fattest L because of it. The only reason I'm able to talk confidently about a lot of this shit is because I've been through it myself. I'm not gonna lie, I was once a simp, but not anymore. Don't feel bad about messing up. You gotta take L's. All those L's are lessons, bro. And enough lessons will teach you how to live life correctly. If anything, I encourage you to make more mistakes every single day. Learn from them. Take note of them. Understand what you're doing, why things went wrong, and try to improve upon it. It's okay to keep losing, but as long as you keep trying, eventually you'll win. And sometimes that win is worth everything. That's all I got for y'all today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my second channel, Berto, tout, join the Discord in the description, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?